Welcome to the video covering section 6, which is prove theorems about perpendicular lines. You should be on page 13 in your packet. Today we're just going to talk about a whole bunch of theorems, and then you're going to actually do some examples tomorrow in class. So the first theorem, if two lines intersect to form a linear pair of congruent angles, then the lines are, well, we should probably review what a linear pair is. Linear pair is just angles that are adjacent, so they share this common side, and they also are supplementary. They form a 180-degree angle. Well, this time it tells us that the linear pair forms congruent angles. So instead of the picture I drew, it's going to look something like this. Okay, if those angles are congruent and they add up to 180, they must both be 90, which means that the lines are perpendicular. Okay, if two lines are perpendicular, then they intersect to form four right angles, which you should know that. Okay, they're perpendicular. Well, that also means this is a right angle, that's a right angle, and that's a right angle. So in example 1 says, what can we conclude about angles 1 and 2? Well, because the two lines are perpendicular, angle 1 is going to be 90 degrees, angle 2 is going to be 90 degrees, and the other two that aren't marked are also going to be 90 degrees. Okay, we have a few more theorems. If two sides of two adjacent angles are perpendicular, then the angles are. Okay, so two sides of two adjacent angles. So here we have adjacent angles because they share this side. And now it tells us the other two sides are perpendicular. So what does that mean about the two angles? It means that the angles are complementary. So angle 1 add angle 2 is going to be equal to 90 degrees. If a transversal is perpendicular to one of two parallel lines, then it is blank to the other. Okay, so we have parallel lines. I'm going to mark that they're parallel. And we have a transversal that's perpendicular to one. Well, because the lines are parallel, if the one angle is a right angle, this angle also has to be a right angle because they're corresponding. So if the transversal is perpendicular to one of the lines, then it is perpendicular to the other as well. Okay, in a plane, if two lines are perpendicular to the same line, then they are blank to each other. Okay, so I have one line perpendicular. I have another line perpendicular to the same line. That means that the first two lines are parallel to each other. So in this case, this line is parallel to this line. It's because we have corresponding angles. If the corresponding angles are congruent, the lines have to be parallel. Okay, that's it for this video. Yes, it was really short. We're going to do some more examples when you come to class. If you have any questions, please make sure to bring them to class. See you tomorrow.